Jamaica's crime problem is significant. It is among the highest in the world. But within Jamaica, there is a huge variability, which I believe tell a story about what are the antecedent factors leading to the high violence and crime rates in Jamaica. So if you take a national average for homicide per 100,000 of population, that's roughly about 50 per 100,000 of population. But if you were to take a parish by parish analysis, Manchester, for example, is 21 per 100,000 of population. And St. James, by contrast, is 145 per 100,000 of population. That's a huge disparity, and that's a significant variation in the rate. The question is, what would account for the difference? And therefore, what are the antecedent causes to crime? I pursue that discussion with lecturer in the Department of Anthropology, Sociology, and Psychology, Herbert Gayle at the University of the West Indies, Mona. He is himself a violence expert who travels the Caribbean and is well regarded. I wanted him to tell me what are the reasons and what must we make of the variation, and what that indicates to us would be the areas where we have to concentrate if we're going to reduce Jamaica's high homicide rate.
Let's separate crime and violence quickly, first of all, because Jamaica is not a high crime country. Anytime you see a country has high violence and gets listed in the lower crime, it means that your violence is so high, people don't report your crimes. That's the state we're in, that's the crisis we're in. The homicide rate is now 50. On average since the year 2000 is 48.1. That puts us as the fourth most violent country on earth. That's just behind El Salvador, Venezuela, and Honduras. Now, Colombia is actually better off than we are. That's how bad we are, right? If you look at the parishes, you'll find Portland to be the least violent country, parish, and Kingston. And when we say Kingston, we don't mean the Kmart, we mean Kingston to be the highest, and St. James to be the second highest. All right, so Manchester is about third lowest. So you have these parishes, these rural parishes, these agricultural rural parishes, especially the parishes on the north, being lower in violence than the ones on the south or urban. So the distinction is between urban and urbanizing parishes and the rural parishes. Now, what makes, say, a Kingston and a St. James different from the other parishes is some very, very simple things. So the human species is accustomed to violence. What we're not accustomed to is homicide rate that exceeds 30 per 100,000, which is basically living in a constant civil war every day. Once you have the mobilization of violence, as in the violence is being entrepreneured, right? People are making money from the violence, you're gonna have homicide rates that looks like Kingston and St. James. Now, Kingston and St. James happen to be the core of our urban decay, right? There you're having four sets of stuff happening, 4 blocks. The first block is a scarcity of resources and horrible distribution of those resources. The second problem you're having is poor central political authority, meaning that these areas are so isolated. The police invade, right? Kingston's murder rate on average for the combatant age of 15 to 34-year-old male is 414. In fact, I would suggest that's the highest in the world.
Right. Okay.
St. James is 280 something going towards 300. Right. Remember, the theory of feud, right, and the reality of feuding begins from the scarcity of resources, right, which is economics. Right. So the entire first block is about economics. Right. There's a structure of inequality in every parish. Mm-hmm. What you're finding in Kingston, in the urban setting, is that the contrast is dramatic. Whilst in a rural setting, this is where I was going to, that in the rural setting, the contrast is not as dramatic, right? Poverty in Kingston and St. James is visible, public, and raw. You cannot escape seeing it. You can't avoid knowing that there are sufferers, using Jamaican words. In a rural setting, you don't get this acid, raw, these two pieces of wire dangling to explode.
In accounting for the geographical spread in the national homicide rate in Jamaica, Herbert Gayle raised questions of poverty, misrule, questions about the raw nature of poverty in urbanizing and urban communities over against rural communities. I believe I want to find out in a further discussion as we probe this matter with law enforcement whether or not they are aware of this and whether this kind of variability in the violent situation in Jamaica accounts for different strategies and different approach, and how relatively have these strategies been effective or not. We look forward to future discussion, but let me thank Professor Gayle for his insight on program.